everyone. I'm Janelle BREVARD, NAR's Chief Storyteller, and I'm here with another episode of our Presidential Update with Madam 2022 President Leslie Rouda Smith. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Janelle. It's always fun to be with you.
Well, I am excited for this because I've been waiting to ask you. Recently, it was February 22nd, so it was 2/22/22.
That's right.
I read somewhere where, because that's your favorite number also, Texas made that Leslie Rouda Smith Day. Congratulations.
Thank you. It is pretty special. And of course, I figure most of the members know by now that 2/22, I love you is our big thing in our family, and everyone has to respond back, I love you. But that counts for 22 after any hour. But 2/22 is the big one.
So how does someone who has 22 as their, lucky number, and this day comes around, this once in a lifetime opportunity, what did you do on that day?
So we all had a toast at 2:22 p.m. on
course.
2/22/22.
Of course.
And took pictures.
Oh,
and we
that
had
sounds great.
60 seconds to take as many pictures as we could so it would be documented.
I love it.
2/22 on 2/22.
I want to see those.
So it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun because it will never happen in our lifetime
Never
again.
happen again, and you have it documented. So
That's
that's great.
right.
Okay, I have to ask you about a little business. First is, I know that NAR likes to have diverse representation on its committees. It's that time of year. What advice would you give to people who are interested in serving?
Well, I love that question because I love to see our members get involved. The number one thing you need to do is make sure you have your expertise file created and updated. Always good to have a picture of what you look like today instead of 20 years ago.
Right.
Your prom picture will not work. But just make sure that you put in 5 options for committee selections. We will do our best to give you one of those 5. Hopefully it'll be your first choice, but we never know with the thousands of applications that we get and the positions that we fill. But one thing I would also advise is that at the beginning of your information of why you are the candidate for a certain position, make sure that the most important sentences at the top tell the story about you, but make sure the few first sentences really tell us what you're all about so that we can make sure to put you in the right place and use your expertise.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. Okay, we're coming up on the springtime. What can members expect in terms of the market?
Well, we have the most awesome chief economist, Lawrence Yun, who is predicting about 4% interest rates by the end of the year, which when you think about that, it sounds terrible compared to what we have had, but it's pre-pandemic. It's about the same. So it's really not a big shock. Existing home sales will decline to about 5.95 million in 22, but that's just from just over 6 million in 2021. And of course, home buyers might want to lock in their rates in 22, especially if prices are going to go up in 23, just a thought. But the housing supply will improve somewhat, and also the increase in housing starts will be modest, maybe up to about 1.7 million from 1.6. So we probably will not see a big supply because of the short supply, the labor shortage, land, and developed lots. And boy, are we seeing that in our market. That home prices will continue to increase, thankfully not at the same pace they have been, so maybe at about 5%, but slower home price growth will benefit both homeowners as they continue to reap the wealth gains from home ownership as well as first-time buyers, which will find a home purchase more affordable this year compared to 2 years ago.
Sounds like there's some good news in there then.
But we will continue to keep our members informed and as things change, and Lawrence and his team are excellent at doing that.
That sounds great. So I want to ask you about these new consumer ad campaigns. Campaign ads. I've seen a couple of them. They look great. What's the message that NAR is sending out there through those new ads?
Well, I love our That's Who We Are, as in Realtor for the R campaign. And we have 4 new 30-second spots. So this is really interesting. In 2021, the campaign achieved 2.85 billion with a B impressions. Pretty impressive. And we continue through our campaign to distinguish realtors from non-member agents and listing apps. So watch for the campaign. Visit that'swhoweare.realtor for campaign assets that you can use as members. And I want to make sure everyone knows that we have our First Time Buyer series, 2nd season on Hulu. and it's a glimpse into the pathway of home ownership. The series has already earned a top 5 spot on Hulu's lifestyle category. And of course, the highest interest age group 25 to 49. The first time homebuyer series on NAR channels, firsttimebuyer.realtor. And you can also check it out at our official Facebook page and on YouTube.
I'm glad you mentioned that one because I've seen it. It's really good
It's
as well.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, this has been really fun, Leslie. Thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing what you did on 2/22/22. I'm excited to see those pictures.
I will make sure you see them. Thank you, Janelle.
And thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm Janelle BREVARD. If you need more information, please visit nar.realtor.